All right, a very big welcome to you, my awesome viewers and subscribers from all over the world. It is good to host you once again on The Truth with Ben Jokes, your trusted channel for political analysis. Senate approves $21.5 billion 2025-2026 external borrowings for TINUBU government. Now, few days ago, a firm in Lagos told Nigerians to brace up for another big borrowing, but many Nigerians thought it wasn't true because it's not been long since we took one humongous loan. So people felt that they were just writing, that article for clicks, only for the Senate to approve the borrowing of $21.5 billion for this administration today. And again, it is not about borrowing. The question is, what do you do with these monies? How many times have we taken loans as a nation this year? All the things they spell out for the first loan, they had not even gone halfway. They took another loan. They said they were going to use it for some things. They had not even started those things. They took another loan. It is obvious that these people are just packing money. That is exactly what they are doing. And who is going to suffer for it? It is you and I. So I am not a critic of government. I am just reporting what is going on in this country. You be the judge. How do you feel about these loans as a Nigerian? Over 2 years of consistent taking of loans. Can you point at one thing that the government has achieved? You be the judge. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that update coming from Rivers State. Rotimi Amichi, a strong member of the coalition ADC, stormed Rivers today for the unveiling of the ADC in Rivers State. And he made a very strong statement that I was happy with. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that, that video from the National Assembly began making the rounds. First, it was Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma who wished death on TINUBU. Now, right on the floor of the Senate President AKPABIO declared TINUBU dead and began to thank Nigerians for his burial. And Nigerians were like, what? Is this a slip of tongue? Are these mistakes? Or are these APC chiefs trying to tell us something we don't know? Before I show you details of these top stories and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video. This is a powerful one from Peter Ame. See the video.
For the opportunities that lies for the coalition and their plan to remove the current administration that is not underperforming seriously, I think there are a lot of chances. But those chances should be predicated on certain factors and drawn within certain parameters, because you cannot, in this day and time, when election and political dynamics have changed from where people need to stuff ballot box, run away with it and grab it, you need candidates that have momentum, that have public appeal, that have, that have organic depth of support, that to be able to go into the ballot so that you have or go onto the ballot so that you have the opportunity to remove the current government. So the only way to defeat this current government is to have a candidate that will have the capacity to do so. And you can't come and, put innuendos and rhetoric and so it must be the North. Pursuing generalization statement on general terms without specifically stating what candidate you think should be that. For me, I think that candidate should be Peter Obi. Candidate that have moved that goes around from state to state, that move from Jigawa to from Abuja to Kafasha to Kaduna, even to Olamaboro in Kogi State, and I've been to several technical institution, nursing school. We can't have people who are not showing compassion, who are not showing that they have the capacity to be able to know the terrain of this country. Because the problem we have put people in government who have not been able to even know what is the route that link between Ogugu to Enugu. What is that road? People don't travel, they travel on shop. But I have seen a candidate. I will not come to do a statement on that I will not mention name of those I think that can win this thing. And if you look at the last election, there was no political entrenchment. There was no political structure. People say, oh, there are 3 people tweeting in one room. There are no governors. There are no senators. But that election, Obi has proven beyond reasonable doubt that he has the public, the people have interest in him, because it's about the messaging, it's about the acceptance, because you can be popular and then you go to the ballot and there's no result. But people accept you, that's why your popularity translates into vote. So you look at the Southern election that was conducted, despite the fact that APC was was in control of the structure in the entire south of our country. If PDP was in control of, within the south, PDP was in control of Delta. In that Delta, they had a vice presidential candidate for the PDP, and Atiku won the vote, Peter Obi won the vote there over 80%. You have the southern election statistics, where Peter Obi had 44.5%, Atiku had 19.4%, TINUBU had 35.5%, and Kwakwaso had 0.48%. You know, where he defeated every candidate that participated in the south. And when you come to the north, he had a substantial share. You have to take away the rigging, because the people say, oh, he didn't win the election. People are claiming he won the election. We need to go to the IRF and see that there are a lot of irregularities, a lot of forged results that were posted there. And if you look at the BBC report, expose done on River State, including Premier Times, you will find out that Peter Obi defeated every other candidate in River State. These are data that are verifiable, that you can reach out to.
You heard that. And I love the way Peter Ame went about that video. He said he was not going to just sit there and make a statement without calling names. He said he was going to be precise about the person who is the right candidate to contest against Tinubu and get him out of office. And he said the candidate is Peter Obi. And to be honest, is it not even a shame that we are having this discussion? Because Peter Obi achieved something in the Nigerian political space that we had never seen before. This man joined the Labour Party, a party that had no structure. Even the opposition said it. They said they have no structure, they have nothing. This man joined months to the election, and barring that rigging by INEC chairman, he won that election. And even if we are to go by the figures, that was allotted to him by INEC, over 6 million votes. He had victories in southern Nigeria, in north-central Nigeria, solid votes from northeast Nigeria. So what are you talking about? It is supposed to be a no-brainer. If we say that we are looking for something completely different from the APC and the PDP, if we talk about, wanting to change the way we have been doing things, there is only one candidate that ticks that box. And it ticks several other boxes. Like Peter said, this man has been going from place to place, from state to state. I don't think there's any state that Peter Obi has not visited since the 2023 presidential election. I don't think there's any state. This is the man that has shown the greatest commitment to fixing this country. And when he speaks, he exudes so much knowledge about the problems of this country and how to go about fixing them. So what are we talking about here? All this talk of it is only a northerner that will be able to, if we are still thinking like that, then we are not ready. What the coalition needs to do is to give Peter Obi the ticket and then queue up behind him the northern chiefs within there. Go to the north and tell your people that enough is enough. You have suffered enough in the hands of the APC. Let us do things differently. And don't even tell me that a primaries is compulsory. APC have just handed Tinubu their ticket without a primary elections. And if you are talking about primary elections, what kind of primary elections are you talking about? Is it the one that the people will speak to the delegates to try to convince them with their great ideas, or a primary elections where you will package dollars and be sharing to the delegates? If it is the latter, sharing of dollars, then count Peter Obi out, because it means that you are not ready for a new Nigeria. The ADC should act in the interest of the country and hand the right man the ticket. Point blank, period. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that big one coming out of Rivers State. Rotimi Amichi stormed the state to unveil the ADC, and he made a very big statement that I am completely happy with. And next is that video coming out of the National Assembly. Now it is Senate President Godswill Akpabio declaring Tinubu dead on the floor of the Senate, and Nigerians began asking, is this a joke? Are these slip of tongues, or are these APC chiefs trying to tell us something we don't know? Let's start by taking that update from Rivers State. Look at how the papers reported it. Just in, Amichi vows to resist rigging machineries in Rivers, declared ADC leader. Now, on the occasion of declaring ex-governor Rotimi Amichi the leader of the coalition ADC in Rivers State, amongst many things that he told the large crowd that gathered was that he is prepared to reject the rigging machinery of the All Progressive Congress APC in Rivers State. This is what I want to hear. Enough of all this talk about candidacy. There must surely be a candidate. He wins by popular votes and he is not declared by INEC. What do you do? That is the discussion that I want to begin to hear from the coalition members. You have to face these people squarely. You have to be ready to go after them with violence, with the same violence that they are going to bring. So I laud Amichi for that bold statement that he made, and I hope that other ADC leaders will follow suit so that the APC can know that it is war in 2027. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that video from the Senate began making the rounds. See the video.
And the whole country is very proud of what this administration has done in the way and manner President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was honored and was buried. And you can see, even from President Buhari's President Buhari was honored and buried.
You saw that within 72 hours, 2 top APC officials declaring their boss dead. And Nigerians have reacted to this in all manner of ways. You know, these people have reduced the offices they occupy to just jokes. That is why they are making this kind of blunder. They sit there casually as if they are even forced to be there. When they speak, you know, they struggle to even speak because they don't revere the offices that they occupy. You look at somebody like Godswill AKPABIO, who was put there by the Supreme Court. And even the other man who said the same thing, Hope Uzodinma, is also a Supreme Court governor. So they have no regard for their utterances because they have no regard for their offices. But some Nigerians are saying, are these people trying to tell us something that we don't know? That this is the APC. Once they say something, there must be something behind it. It is either they are totally lying or they are totally trying to tell us something. But however you want to look at it, it is the reaction of Nigerians that really matters. When it first happened with Hope Uzodinma, Nigerians came there and said it was prophetic that they are waiting for it to become a reality. It happened again with AKPABIO and they are saying the same thing. It shows you the bitterness of the people towards TINUBU. Let's look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here by Felix says, Hope Uzodinma said the same thing last week. Today it is AKPABIO. May their wish be granted expressly. Oh, but Dr. Izu here says, since it is a mistake, it should be consumed as such. I may disagree with APC chiefs in many ways, but I certainly wish good health to all. Politics is different from life. And this tweet here says, is there something they are not telling us? First, it was Hope Uzodinma. Now it is God's will. They are all planning Tinubu's funeral. Oh, and Majek says, from your mouth to the ears of our ancestors. Wow. Adeolu here says, just like opium, they are so addicted to pleasing him that any mention of the president, it is his name that will subconsciously come to their brains, just like the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma. It is such a shame that these men who were governors on their own, AKPABIO, you were a governor for 8 years in Akwa Ibom State. Hope Uzodinma, you are a governor. Look at someone like Ojius Okalu. He was also a governor for 8 years. But the way they worship Tinubu, it shocks me. And it's not like he's doing the right thing because he has tripled their constituency allowance. These people at this age, after all what they have acquired, are still selling their souls for money. It is pathetic. Anyway, as of today, Tinubu remains alive. He is not dead. That was either a blunder by Godswill AKPABIO or wishful thinking. As it is, the status quo remains, but not beyond 2027 in office. I am not interested in your death, but what I'm interested in, pack your load. You have done enough harm to Nigerians. 2027, you should be out of office so that this country can return to the right track. But until then, make I still enter town, make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una, now I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go away.